Nice crowd on hand. Hot day in the Carolinas, and here they come. William Byron, Preece, Chevy and Ford front row. Green flag waves. The Goodyear 400's underway.
Always one of the hardest parts of the race right there, coming off of turn 2, trying to get single file 2 wide, and you're going to see these guys run the bottom of the racetrack all the way below that line. But you're going to pay the price if you run down there too long, Clint. You have to be able to take care of the tires, or this car will burn that right rear tire off.
Take care of the tires. When does that start, Kevin?
Now. It starts right now, but you can't give up any track position at the beginning of these restarts. You have to protect yourself and put yourself in a position to maintain or minimize the loss of track position as much as you can.
Ryan Blaney dives low in the corner, trying to pick up not 1 but 2 spots, and does.
Yeah, and what's cool about that turn 3 and 4. I mean, realistically, you're about off the racetrack right there. Those hash marks, kind of just a suggestion at this place. You can get low, but you better not do it long. Scrubs a lot of tire, Kev.
Yeah, and you see him right there funnel off of turn 2. There's a patch of asphalt. It's kind of blended in to be gray like the rest of the racetrack, but a lot of grip off of turn 2, but still very difficult to run too wide. As you see Blaney shoot down below those hash marks, and as those hash marks get rubbered up, those things get more grip, and I used to love to use those things and hook that right side tire on those hash marks.
Track workers were late into the night repainting the walls red and white here at Darlington.
We'll be painting them again Monday.
We'll have the stripe count for you as we go through the day.
Oh, no.
Kyle Larson. Backstretch.
Off of 2. Kevin, you had just told us about how narrow it is over there. There's another problem. There's a bump.
Yeah, and the way that these cars run, a lot of times they bottom out and it'll just jump the back of the car out from underneath you. Well, you're going to see Kyle Larson right back here. He's going to get those left side tires below those hash marks, and that's in that section. It was before the bump that car took off, and the way that they repaved that section, it doesn't really flow like the banking does. It's much harder to cross. So getting those left side tires on the apron right there, really
banking, right?
Yeah, and it's already pretty edgy when you're side by side like that, and having to pinch that car down and touching the apron at the same time. Just spun out.
And here's what happened on Ryan Blaney's stop. You can see he stops deep in the box, almost right up to the white line. So the first of the drivers that did pit is Bubba Wallace, who is 17th. Byron, Preece, Cindric, Briscoe, Busch, McDowell all stayed out. Back to green. Three wide, turn 2.
Well, that's those old tires and new tires coming. To see a lot of cars tied almost into the fence there, 2 or 3 deep of rows. That's one thing when you go back on a refire, Kevin, on old tires, trying to figure out how much grip it gave up.
Well, and these guys up in the front of the pack, they want to run as far away as they can, get singled out as much as they can, because they know that those new tires are going to get to a point of catching them in some way, shape, or form. But track position is still going to be very, very, it's going to be key.
Saving your tires. I mean, the list goes on and on. Driving style, how William Byron is out front in clean air. You heard him talk about SMT, that spotter on the roof. He's watching all those guys' inputs, and the teams are too. You know by his input. Osavar, he was in the wall earlier.
When you can.
Right rear's flat.
Right rear's flat. Let's see if that was the cause of it.
And that brings out the caution for the second time today at lap 24.
Have a flat.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, so that was a second time. See a great launch there by William Byron. Ryan Preece already up beside Kyle Busch. Outside lane definitely launched pretty good there, Clint.
Yeah, I was watching out on the, man, it gets so tight up over there on 2. Oh, we got one in the fence again.
looked like J.J. Yaley, I believe.
Yes,
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, he'd made a pit stop for 4 tires in that 1987 Bill Elliott tribute scheme, and he's going to come slowly toward the pits. We will stay green.
In the fall race, great. Put him into play.
Whoa,
Whoa, hold on to
man.
it, Kyle.
That 2-car was right on the rear bumper of Kyle Busch and got him loose. And
Look how much it slowed him down. Here comes Buescher passing around both of them.
Buescher got a 2-for-1 right there.
The old twofer.
Yeah, just to update the 20th, Christopher Bell, who has dropped back. He's in 28th right now. I talked to his crew chief, Adam Stevens, this morning, and I said, what was the deal in practice? He said, we were tight and slow, both things. He said, we've adjusted. We took a big swing at it. We're not really sure what we have. So once they hit the track, they're not really happy with what they have. They've been trying to adjust on it, but you see, guys, he's not going anywhere.
A lot of times when the rear tires go, there's just nothing that you can do other than slow down in order to keep the car going straight at this track.
There's Todd Gilliland going by, and Gregson, and very quickly Josh Berry in the Wood Brothers car taking advantage of the 19.
He's in trouble with 17
Yep.
laps to go. That's big time off the pace.
Well, they catch the 2 of Cindric. And that's Kyle Busch going to the bottom, and Denny Hamlin closing in.
I mean, I can see 4 or 5 cars on this racetrack, Kevin, that just absolutely look like they're crawling around.
17 more laps in this stage.
Look, I mean, Briscoe, they're just keep stacking up behind him. Cindric is the same way.
A couple of Joe Gibbs cars trying to stay on the lead lap. Chase Briscoe and Christopher Bell, but here comes Byron.
Well, they better hurry up, Byron, that is, and get around these cars and make quick time of them, because Preece and Buescher are catching him fast.
And that's always the tough part here at Darlington. These cars of the 19 and 77, 77's 2 laps down. He doesn't want to stay in that spot. But
he is pinned in. That's a 34.23 on him, 32-second 87, 32.87, 32.53 on Preece and Buescher, coming fast.
And you know how this can be, Clint. When you're that leader, you get raced harder than they'll race the 2nd, 3rd, 4th place cars trying to stay on that.
Whoa!
Oh, there it is.
Hocevar is around after contact. Riley Herbst involved there, and we are under caution at lap 83.
Destroyed. No steering.
Just ran out of room. Really easy to do at this track.
And look at Preece and Buescher right behind him. I mean, they were catching him. It was going to be a matter of a lap. They were going to be on him. That Byron, that is, your leader.
Well, that was quite a break for Bell and Briscoe, who were in danger of going a lap down. Looks like Ricky Stenhouse may be the free pass car here.
Close as it gets for your leader, Byron. That was...
No, the free
very
pass
close.
car would have been Herbst, but since he was involved, there will be no free pass.
Go, Cat, go. 3 to go. 2 to go. Here we go.
Yeah, and if you're not in the top 10, you try to just take care of your car and your tires right here. If you're in the top 10, you want to get some points. But these moments, as you see them very wide there in the middle of the screen.
Those 2 white cars side by side, that's where 10th place is. That's the final stage point right there. And up front, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, almost 3 abreast. 1 to go in stage 1.
Got a battle for 2nd going on. Preece on the inside, Wallace on the outside. Nobody's lifted yet. Buescher
3
to the
wide.
inside.
Here we go. Byron will win the stage. He's led every lap so far. 2nd to Bubba Wallace, 3rd to Ryan Preece, and 4th to Chris Buescher. Bubba Wallace around the outside of Preece for 2nd spot. Reddick in 4th.
We see
Blaney
it checked
5th.
up right there. Middle of the screen. Kyle Busch on the bottom right there, 3 wide. Looks like Austin Dillon and Noah Gragson there got stacked up, and Kyle went shooting by on the bottom off of 2.
Ahead of them, Cindric and Logano were part of a 3 wide battle coming off turn 4. Tyler Reddick now at 2nd, 0.6 of a second behind William Byron. Bubba Wallace to 3rd, Ryan Preece 4th, Ryan Blaney in 5th.
And as the boss, that's always a good feeling when you see both of your cars running good. That's when you know you've got your organization put together and the details and dotting the I's and crossing the T's. And
Byron has led every lap so far here, but for how long? Tyler Reddick has closed it right up.
We saw this at the tail end of that first run. Kevin, it is easy to get complacent, leading this whole race in dominant fashion, never having anybody contest you. No changes, no changes, don't change anything. That car and his mirror's getting bigger.
And you see Ryan Blaney on the inside of Ryan Preece right there. You see the flames come out of the pipe. Ryan just concedes that position right there into turn one. And as we've talked about so many times, the longer they run, usually the closer to the front that 12 car gets.
It won't be long before you see that car.
Here comes Reddick. Kyle Busch is in. A lot of the leaders starting to make their way to pit road under green. First green flag stops we've had today.
We saw a lot of this happen at Homestead, and oh, Brad Keselowski around halfway anyway.
Keep rolling, keep rolling.
No caution.
Over here off of 4, I don't know, possibly, I think he missed pit road.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yep. Caution did,
4 tires, 4 tires.
does not wave. Here's a look at it. Whoa, Zane Smith lucky to get by.
Mike, Rudy Fugle, crew chief for William Byron, told me several weeks ago, we won the Daytona 500. We got a bigger playbook to work with. We've already got a win.
Good point. Caution. Debris on the racetrack puts us under caution at lap 138.
Well, let's talk about who's running up front. I mean, new life into the car of Joey Logano, Hamlin, Bell. They've got the track position. Josh Berry, add his name to the list. Finally, those cars are handling, Kevin.
And the more track position that they get, the better they're going to handle. You get stuck in the middle of this pack, and you don't have a perfect handling car or a really fast car, you wind up just getting stuck. So being able to have some things fall your way, and you guys have been here enough. There's just moments in these races at Darlington that come down to you're either on pit road or not on pit road, or the caution comes out at the wrong time, right time. It always seems that we have those moments that happen in these Darlington races.
Ryan Blaney has slipped to 6th, and we'll show you why here.
Ooh, caught it with the right rear, pulled the right front, back around. That's a pretty good, that's not just a love tap there.
William Byron has caught the tail end of the field right there, and he just can't go anywhere in traffic at that. Logano has clean air and has run right up to him.
Going to put stage 2 in the books right here. William Byron holding on. Cody Ware is going to stay on the tail end of the lead lap, and Byron captures stage 2. He is only the 2nd driver in stage racing history to lead every lap of the first 2 stages.
Boy, I was hoping to see a side-by-side. Somebody challenged William Byron.
Well, Hamlin had the measure of him. Here comes Christopher Bell on the outside. He's wheeling, but nowhere to go. He's stuck right there behind Hamlin. He had a great launch off turn number 2. Bell did. He wants more and gets it. Bell to 2nd place.
Well, we've seen Christopher Bell's car run really good on the short run. I should say it's run better on the short run than it has the long run. So it's amazing what happens when you get that track position and put yourself.
Whoa.
Oh man.
Oh no! Josh Berry in the wall.
Both of those cars unloaded off of that bump. I couldn't really see who was on the inside of him, but that's the car that I saw sideways first. Then here, yeah, it's Reddick.
Not clear, I would say. Yeah, he definitely was not.
Yeah, and as we go back and look at this, Clint, you know, we see the 45 and the 21 right there.
I see the 21 yield the position, lifted a little bit to let him in. Reddick thought he was clear, just like they said on the radio, not clear. Got up into him, took his front end away, put him in the wall and spun him out.
Josh Berry had been a top 5, top 10 car
just
all day.
Close. I mean, that's close, tight quarters racing off the 2.
Byron and Bell fire off. We're back to green, stage 3.
Oh man, Christopher Bell, he got off to a good launch right there and has actually got a half a car length on William Byron right now.
He sure did. He rolled to him. I noticed that he kind of lagged back a little bit and rolled to him. Byron on the outside, drag race off of 2 down this backstretch. Here we go.
This just might be the first lap of this race that William Byron doesn't lead.
Well, William Byron's going to have the momentum off the top of that racetrack on the exit of turn 4, and he's going to keep this lead.
Amazing.
These cars are very sensitive to that momentum that you have to keep, and if you can keep that center corner roll speed up to where it needs to be, that high lane is always going to have the run up off the corner.
The lap cars, they caught him 8/10. It was a second one lap. That's what you can't afford. Here comes Logano.
If you're going to beat the 24, you better do something different than the 24.
Good point.
But to Kevin's point earlier, they've got such a lead on the competition here. They can kind of sit back a little bit and watch what these guys are doing. Have an educated decision here.
Here we go. Leader on pit road.
William Byron comes in, brings it to the attention of his Hendrick Motorsports crew led by Rudy Fugle.
Tyler Reddick right here. He's actually going to be the guy that's going to be in front of both Christopher Bell and the 24 car of William Byron. So this is all about the timing of when they come to pit road and how many laps and time that you lose on the racetrack. So these guys have put William Byron in a position that he hasn't been in all day, and that's to run in traffic and have to get by both of these cars for the lead.
And look at him get loose underneath Bell. That's what we're talking about. You have to be careful. Try to get this pass made and conserve that tire. You're going to need it as you're running down the the leader, Tyler Reddick.
Just keep in mind, Ryan Blaney has turned the wick up. That's a long run car. We've seen every run today. And Blaney back there in 7th. I don't think he'll be back there very long. Well, look at what's happening right here.
Challenge him.
Joey Logano was in for tires at lap 238, well before Blaney and Hamlin, and he's going to fall to both of them. This is going to be a matter of who got tires last, who has the best tires, and for how long.
Key point to this: when you catch them, get by them, use the momentum, do not stall out.
And that's what he's going to do right here. He can still win this race.
And look at that number, keeps getting smaller between Blaney and the race leader.
He passed both of those cars in one lap. That's hard to do.
You don't want to get that car hung up on the wall just like that.
He hit it there.
He got away with that one. It didn't grab the right front tire.
I think Michael Jordan heard it on the radio. I'd say there was communication he saw right there. It was frustrating. Now look at now we're in striking distance. There's a good block.
Yep.
That's that timing thing. Caught him in a position over there getting in a 2 that he couldn't do anything with him.
Now Reddick to the top. Blaney to the bottom.
Great corner by Reddick.
Got that big run off the top, but Blaney is right there.
Can't complete that corner off of 4, Kev.
No, and it's like you said earlier, the timing of all this, but he's just got no more rear grip.
You can see that 45 car. Whoa, they're touched. Made the pass. There it is.
And Blaney in the wall goes Reddick, and around goes Larson again into the inside wall.
Oh my gosh, caution. That's not what either one of those.
Lap 4.
That's not what Blaney wanted to see.
That was lap 4 for Larson. Deja vu.
4 to go.
All over again.
You see the 12 got beat.
All 20 lead lap cars came to pit road. That was Denny Hamlin shooting out first. How about that?
That's that pit crew. They were on it.
Here we go. Green, white checker to settle the Goodyear 400.
You see a great restart by Denny Hamlin in that outside lane.
Good push by Byron behind him as well. Byron can get clear of Reddick off the 2. Maybe he could put some pressure on him. Still there. Door to door.
Bell moves up to 4th. Blaney back to 5th. 3 wide going into the corner. Into turn 3. Bell had a look, couldn't do it. Byron around the outside, bounces it off the wall. He's going to come for 2nd place, but Denny Hamlin is long gone at the white flag.
Well, Denny Hamlin, they executed that pit stop really well, and now he's been able to take advantage of that with these guys racing behind him and just get a lead that is going to take him to the checkered flag.
Unbelievable.
Blaney under fire from Chris Buescher, may lose 5th before this is over. They are double file. Up front, it's single file. There's a crash off turn 2. Never mind. Denny Hamlin comes off turn number 4 and doubles up. Hamlin wins the Goodyear 400. That was John Hunter Nemechek, a harmless spin off turn number 2. No caution.
2 in a row.
And Hamlin, Martinsville, Darlington.
Hi folks, Lee Diffie from NBC Sports here. If you truly enjoyed what you just watched, you can get more news, interviews, and highlights by subscribing to the Motorsports on NBC YouTube page. You can get it all, so go for it.